Irving Game of the Week is brought to you in part by Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning.
Good evening, everyone. This is Bob Berry along with Lance Brown, all set to bring you high school baseball. We're at the campus of Nimitz High School, and they are playing host to the MacArthur Cardinals. This, by the way, will be the second time we've seen Nimitz this season. 10 days ago, we were over at Irving, and we saw them defeat the Irving Tigers by a count of 7-1. Real close game until the 7th inning, when Nimitz pumped up 5 runs and just ran away with the ball game. Going to show you the district standings right now, and you can see Nimitz, hey, very nice, isn't it? 3-0. LD Bell also 3-0. MacArthur is 1-2. And all set to bring you tonight's game. Here's Lance Brown.
All right, thank you very much, Bob Berry, and hi again, everyone. Beautiful night for baseball here at the home of the Vikings, Nimitz Field. And the first pitch from Brian Jones is inside for a fastball, ball 1. Dustin Green, leadoff hitter. It's Dustin Green, Tommy Singleton, and Malik Coven, the 1-2-3 hitters you're going to face you here for MacArthur. Next pitch, a little bit off, 2-0. Very stiff wind blowing in from left field to the first base line, probably about 15, 20 miles an hour. And now we're at ball 3. Coach Robert Mendoza is saying, pitch of Brian Jones. He throws strike 1. But he's got command of his stuff, and he's throwing them for strikes. He's just about unhittable. He's got a fastball that's in the mid to upper 80s and throws a fine change. But that's ball 4. That's high. And so he walks Green on 5 pitches. So that's how we start things off in this ball game. Thomas Singleton will hit next. We'll set the defense for you in just a moment. We've already told you Brian Jones is the pitcher and Brandon Williams is the catcher. They're going to bunt. They do. It's a good one. They'll have trouble getting the 1 at first. They perform it excellent. Good sacrifice by Singleton. And Green goes down to second, but a good job of laying that down. And Nimitz doing the fundamentals there well. So Malik Coven comes up. Malik is red hot right now. He's hitting .500 for the season. Second baseman and first baseman go way back. They expect this kid to hit the ball hard and pull it. And the first pitch is on the corner, strike 1. Has that wide open batting style. Looks down at his coach for a sign. Outfield plays him pretty much straight away. Short lead at second. That's way off. 1-1 to count.
Colvin not only leads his team in batting, hitting an even .500, he also leads them in stolen bases with 14.
So in other words, he's a pretty darn good player.
One would think so.
Yeah. That's fouled off. His coach, Ryan Kinnan, expects him to be playing at the next level of baseball in college next year. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Green, the runner at second. Breaking pitch hangs up high. And it's 2-2. Might be able to hit one out to right, but man, it'd take a cannon shot to hit one out to left today, Bob, with the wind blowing in like that.
Yeah.
High and inside, the count is full. Green, the runner at second. Big lead, and then walks him on ball 4. So Green and Colvin have reached base via the walk, and Coach Mendoza does not like what he's seen so far.
Jones is a scholarship player who'll be going to a junior college in Missouri. His teammate Scott Belfance also has won a baseball scholarship, and he'll be moving after he graduates down to Corpus Christi.
That's not a bad place to go. Where's Jones going in?
Yeah. It's Crowder Junior College in Missouri.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. Green, Singleton, Colvin. This is Frank Gutierrez coming up. And Lyons, Mercado, Baruder, Jackson, and Talton. That's the batting order for MacArthur. And Franklin Gutierrez steps up. Frank hitting a robust .424. Takes a pitch up and away, ball 1. Jones has not had command so far here in the early going.
No, a lot of his stuff's been up high.
Next pitch is another ball. 2-0 the count. First baseman Candelaria playing in on the grass at first base. Scott Balfance, the third baseman, is playing even with the bag, maybe a step in. There's a pitch up high. 3-0 the count.
Interesting that they'd have the first baseman playing up against a left-handed hitter.
Right, and due to the fact too, there's not a force at home plate. Well, maybe if there was a force at home plate, yeah, you could go for that. But I mean, obviously, you're hoping he hits the ball right to the first baseman. You can turn the 5-3 or the 5-4 double play, but and already action in the Nimitz bullpen. Coach Mendoza does not like what's going on. And that's at the knees. 3-1 to count. Big district ball game. Nimitz undefeated so far in district. There's a pitch right on the corner. And the count is full.
Talking about big, you've got a big gap between the center fielder and the left fielder.
Right.
Right fielder playing him deep, center fielder also deep and straight away, and the left fielder is really swung around the left field line.
Struck him out on a high fastball. Gutierrez goes down swinging, and there's 1 away or 2 away. So Jake Lyons, the pitcher, comes to the plate. He's hitting .333 for the season, has driven home 12 runs this year. Another left-handed hitter here. And he fouls that into the Mac dugout.
Now the first baseman who'd been playing up inside the bag against the last hitter, Gutierrez, is all the way back, just about on the edge of the outfield grass. So he's playing this batter deep.
And just a step away from the line, too, so he's giving him the hole. Second baseman pulled around, too, and when you say that, you see how far back they're playing. Mr. Lyons. Breaking pitch. Catches the corner. 0-2 the count now to Jake. Will be the Cardinals starting pitcher when they take the field. Another breaking pitch, little tapper back to the mound, and that should end it. So Jones gets in trouble with a couple of walks, but pitches his way out of it, and there's no runs, no hits, no errors, 2 men left on base. No score as we head to the bottom of the first inning.
Well, MacArthur had a great opportunity there, and they just could not take advantage of it when you draw 2 walks for the first 3 batters.
And let's take a look now at the Nimitz batting order, Bob.
Okay, the Nimitz batting order is as follows. We have McCusick, then the Williams boys, then Reagan, Belfance, Johnson, Torres, Candelaria, and Landis. The starting 9. And defensively for the Cardinals, you see them right here. Lyons is the pitcher, Green his battery mate. Singleton at first, Baruter is the second baseman. Mercado is the shortstop. Talton is the third sacker. Then from left to right in the outfield, you have Gutierrez, Colvin, and Jackson.
And I think now let's put up our first trivia question of the day. Is it trivia or fan facts? I'm not sure which we got ready to go, but we'll put one of them up right now for you. Darryl Strawberry is the New York Mets all-time home run king. Who is number 2 on that list? And I'll give you a hint. He's an active player. Not an extraordinarily difficult question, but we'll start you out easy here as we find ways to energize your mind and kill time. How about that? Some of the crowd here, very good crowd for the intercity ball game. Beautiful temperatures here. It's been in the 70s all day long. It's going to drop down in the 50s tonight. Can't ask for more than this, though, can you, Robert?
No, not really. It's really great.
I mean, last week, whoa, that blue norther shot through here, and yo, my. That was Frio last Sunday with that wind.
Well, like anything else, it's all relative. Look at the people who live in Chicago.
There's a reason I don't live in Chicago, Bob. I don't look at it for a reason. If I wanted to live in Chicago, I would.
Yeah. 23 days of below zero reading, and they have received 80 inches of snow. Other than that, it hasn't been a bad winter.
Yeah.
Lord.
All goes to your definition of bad, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, McCusick and the Williams boys come to hit here in the bottom of the first. Here's the first pitch, fouled off by Matt, just kind of really protecting himself as the first pitch thrown by Lyons.
We saw Matt last year in a game, and he was batting lower in the order, but he really had a great night. I mean, he was just ripping the ball. Home plate umpire really took his time in making that call.
He did that. Ryan, a young man who got hit on the hand earlier this week. And there's a line drive to left field, and finally catching up to it is the left fielder, Franklin Gutierrez. At first, it looked like he had kind of misjudged it and was tailing off, I guess, and the wind didn't help it, but he made the play.
Yeah, it's like so many balls hit to left field, that ball probably had a lot of spin on it, a lot of English. Not the easiest play to make.
So Gutierrez makes the play. There's one away, and then this is Brendan Williams, and he fouls that one off. Next pitch is fouled off. Quickly behind in the count, 0-2. Key to baseball, Bob, throwing strikes, and so far Mr. Lyons is. Threw that right by him. Quickly, there are 2 away.
Now batting, the catcher, Braden Williams.
I'll bring up Braden Williams, who in 3 district ball games has been ripping it up. 7 hits and 10 trips to the plate. Needless to say, he's hitting .700, and he's got 6 runs driven in. There's his numbers for the year, however. Still very, very good at .412, but he has been very good thus far in district. Takes a pitch on the inside corner for strike 1. Next one is a breaking pitch, and that's a dandy. Backdoor curveball. Catches the corner, 0-2 the count. Lyons thus far is on his game. That's way off, hoping to catch Williams chasing a bad pitch. Didn't do it. 1-2 the count. Ball is down the left field line. It's going to be tough to catch up to, and just too far to run that time for Augusto Gutierrez. 1-2 the count. Umpires today, Gerald Johnson behind the plate. Mickey Johnson, or Jenkins, excuse me, is the base umpire. 1-2 the count, nobody on. Popped up, foul, and out of play. Braden Williams steps back in, takes a pitch downstairs, and the count is 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. There's your numbers for Lyon this year, 2-3 record, 216 earned run average though. And that, he had a good rip, fouled it back. So we'll rack it up and do it again. 2-2 the count. Used to call this place, Bob, the Shipyard.
Mm-hmm. Sure did.
Now it's Nimitz Field. But pitch is inside. And so Williams has worked the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We are in the bottom of the first. No score here. Everybody here enjoying the weather. And there's ball 4. So that was a good job of hitting by Braden Williams as he worked the pitcher for the walk. And that'll bring up Josh Reagan.
Josh Reagan.
Reagan, a .255 hitter for the season, but he has 22 ribs. Pitch is a called strike. Leisurely throw over there. Oh, 1 to count to Josh Reagan. Williams with a lead at first. Swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. Pitch outside, quick throw down there, but Williams is back in time. Green hoping to catch Williams getting a little too far off the bag down there at first. 1-2 the count. Williams with the lead. Pitch is downstairs. And the count is even. 2-2. And again, there are 2 outs. Breaking pitch, called strike 3. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We go to the second. And there's no score. So let's take a look at our trivia question. And it was the New York Mets all-time home run king, of course, Darryl Strawberry. Care to hazard a guess, Bob, on
I saw the answer.
Okay, you saw the
Third
answer.
baseman, yeah.
Right. The correct answer, of course, is David Wright. He's had a marvelous career with the Mets.
Baseball always seems to have its anomalies. And Vin Scully, who's been broadcasting Dodger games now for 56 years, He's 84 years old, and he travels with the club only
On
when
the
they
West
play
Coast,
on the
yeah.
West Coast and when they go play Arizona. After anything further east, he doesn't do. However, the Dodgers are opening up the season tomorrow in Australia. And guess who's going to broadcast the game? Vince Scully.
Well, Vin's got to be there for opening day.
Yeah.
What a marvelous, and I mean,
Yeah.
there is nobody like Scully. He is, in my mind, the best I've ever heard. I mean, just what a beautiful voice and wonderful. Everything about him is just magnificent.
Well, he speaks highly of you, too.
Well, he should. There's your Nimitz defense. Braden Williams behind the plate. Candelaria, McCusick. Brendan Williams is short. Balfance at short, third. Then Johnson, Reagan, and Landis in the outfield. First pitch to Pete Mercado is fouled off. It's Mercado, Baruter, and Caleb Jackson here. Mercado hitting .256 for the season. Pitch is up high. 1-1 to count. Jones had trouble with his control in the first inning, walked a couple people and put a couple of men up in the bullpen, but then he seemed to get it together. There's a ground ball up the middle, flag it down well, off balance throw. Nice play at second base. Matt McCusick with a real fine play at second base. And there's one away. This is one of those dot plays, man.
Yeah, you want to star that in the scorebook.
Let's watch it again here. An off-balance throw, and right on the money. Good job by Matt. One away, and here's Evan Baruter, who takes strike one. One away here in the top of the second. Swing and a miss at a high fastball.
What was impressive about McCusick's play was the strong throw when you realized that he was not on the ground when he made the throw.
No.
He was in midair. Good arm.
Yeah. Swing and a miss, and down on 3 pitches is Evan Baruter. And there's quickly 2 away. And that'll bring up Caleb Jackson.
Now batting number 12, Caleb Jackson.
Caleb hitting .345 for the regular season. Takes a pitch up high for a ball. Pitch outside. How do you like these MAC uniforms, Bob?
Yeah, I think they're colorful.
Yeah.
They stand out, the jerseys.
Pitch inside. Back the new intertwine there. There's a called strike. 3-1 to count. New coach Ryan Kinnan, all a part of that. He was at Ranchview for a couple years. There's a line drive. Left field's going to drop in there for a base hit. It's going to go perhaps to the wall. It's picked up just short of the wall. And with a stand-up double is Caleb Jackson with the first hit of the ball game. Jackson got a pitch out over the plate and drives it well, Bob.
Yes, he did. Now this young man you've seen on second base, he was down on the count. But he got on that pitch and drove it up the alley in left center field. And that ball really rolled.
So 2 out. Runner at second, and Brian Talton is the hitter. Takes a pitch up high. Well, Mac really loads it up with left-hand hitters, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Now Williams going out to talk to Jones just to perhaps settle him down a bit there after throwing 2 consecutive balls, saying, hey, This guy's the number 9 hitter. He's there for a reason.
Having not seen Mac any time this year, I don't know that these guys are legitimate left-handed hitters or maybe switch hitters. But they're all batting left-handed now, that's for sure.
Yeah. 3-0 the count. Very frustrating to get behind the number 9 hitter.
Whoa.
Whoa, ball 4, and the runner's going to move up on the wild pitch. So not only was it a ball, it was a real ball.
Yes, it was.
First and third, 2 out. And Dustin Green is the hitter.
Going to have time out here while the manager comes back out to talk to his pitcher.
And Mendoza may be making a change. He is. He's calling in the right fielder. He's saying, that's it. Jones is getting the hook. And so 24 is coming into the ballgame to replace him. He's going to play left field. And the left fielder is going to go over and play, is it right field or center field? And so Jason Landis will come into pitch here. Watch this young man loosen up. There you see his numbers for the season. .431 earned run average. Giving up 12 hits in 13 innings.
Well,
and 8 earned runs.
We made mention of the fact, Lance did, and I joined in here. You have so many left-handed hitters from MacArthur. And look who the manager puts out there to face them, a left-handed pitcher.
Yep.
Now we'll see whether they're really switch hitters or truly left-handed hitters. If they're switch hitters, obviously they'll be coming up there batting right-handed against Landis. While Landis is warming up, I caught Vince Scully on a broadcast about a week ago during a Dodger game in the exhibition season, and he was talking about Australia. He'd been there about 20 years ago, and one of the things that impressed him was the fact that there are no beach umbrellas on the beaches. No one shielded themselves from the sun. He couldn't believe it because being as redhead and fair-skinned as he is, he said he and the sun don't get along very well. And people could have mistaken him for Katharine Hepburn, the African queen, because he was so covered up. You know, he wanted to do nothing with the sun. I can't say as how I blame him.
Well,
really.
yeah.
When you realize how many people come down with skin cancer, especially in this part of the country. Boy, this is the skin cancer capital of the world.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a reason for it, too, folks.
My mother is like the whitest white woman on earth. I mean, she never goes out in the sun. Dustin Green up. Runners on at first and third. Quick throw over to first and just missed him. Nimitz thought they got him, but the base umpire said, no, you didn't. Mickey Jenkins signaling him safe. So Talton just getting back. Got a short lead this time. That's a pitch at the knees called a strike. 0-1 to count. Big hole through shortstop and third base. Swing and a miss and a bad pitch outside. 0-2 to count. Brendan Williams, the shortstop playing way over to second, so there's a huge hole between third and short. Next pitch downstairs. I guess they don't think that Green is capable of pulling this guy.
Well, they're certainly not playing like it, that's for sure.
Oh, and a third baseman playing way over the line here. Malfans. Pitch fouled off. And the foul ball hits the car and sets off the alarm. Little tapper right back to the mound. And they get out of a jam. So, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 men left on base. And we are scoreless here as we head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. And I do believe we have a fan fax or something like that to come your way here as we look at it. The question is actually, to throw your way, who was the last player to steal more than 100 bases in one season? If you think about it, it used to be a lot of speedsters, but the stolen base has been taken away. A big part of baseball, not only by strategy, but also by the slide step pitchers have developed over the last 20 years. So their moves are a lot faster to first base than they used to be. You remember they used to have those big kicks. And
Oh, yeah. That's
Nolan Ryan, for example, was terrible at holding runners on.
Tell you who was really good at that was Charlie Huff.
Right.
He made a living picking people off, you know.
Of course, he drove you crazy if you were a fan because he threw over there 25 times. One of the players to steal 100 bases was Ricky Henderson. And Ricky, I remember when he first came, when Pudge Rodriguez first came to the major leagues as the Rangers catcher, and he just wowed everybody with his arm. And of course, it was incredible.
Yes.
So the first time Oakland came to the stadium, I remember Ricky got on first base. I don't know if it was hit or a walk. And all the Ranger fans are saying, "Go, go, go." They wanted to see that battle, and Henderson didn't even try. I don't know whether he respected Pudge that much or the situation wasn't right, but he didn't steal. Ball fans, the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. It is Ball fans, Robert Johnson and Torres, the scheduled hitters here. Breaking pitch downstairs. 1-1 to count. No score here between the Vikings and the Redbirds. That's a good pitch on the corner.
A little bit earlier, we made mention that the starting pitcher Jones won a scholarship to go to Crowder College in Missouri. Belfance also got her scholarship.
Swing and a miss. Down on 3 pitches, and there's one away.
Belfance will be playing for the Islanders of Texas A&M at Corpus Christi. And I think he got that scholarship not because of his hitting, but of his pitching. He's a good pitcher.
Well, the important thing is he got a scholarship.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Especially for his parents. Johnson with a bunt. Was he on the base? Yes. Nice play by the second baseman to get over there and make that play. Evan Baruter. Here's a nice play, Bob, by the second baseman to get over there.
It is, and Johnson really has some foot speed. Pretty close play there.
Well, he just did get that foot on the base at the last second there. 2 out, and this is Andrew Torres. Whiffs at that one. Fouls that one back. 0-2 the count. So Lyons, Bob, has been breezing along pretty good here.
Looking very sharp, right?
Pitch up high. Trying to see whether Torres was just going to swing at anything, and he didn't. There's another one up high. Lyons just kind of tapped himself on the chest and said, "That my bad." So 2-2 the count. 2 out. High fly ball, right center field. And barely making the play out in right field. And the side is retired. Caleb Jackson looked like he had come in too much and misjudged it, but he just did snare it up in the webbing of his glove. And the side is retired. No score at the end of 2. We'll be back right after this. Top of the 3rd, and Tommy Singleton comes to the plate for Mac. As the sun disappears. Ball 1. Tommy. Tommy, the first baseman. Takes a called strike. Here's the next one. Takes that one outside. Singleton, a 148 hitter. Interesting they have him hitting so high in the order.
He has something of a unique batting stance here. He raises his right foot as the pitch cord comes toward him. Rather his left foot. Uses that as time. Shortstop can't find the ball. And now he does.
Left fielder was coming in to got to talk to one another out there, but I guess the shortstop didn't figure that the left fielder was going to be there.
Not with that wind. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You see his hands up. Hey, somebody help me here.
Now he picks it up at the last second, and you see the almost oops there. So one away is Malik Kovid. So we know he's a left-handed hitter, Bob.
Yeah, he's definitely a left-handed hitter. No doubt about that. Most of these kids probably are.
Called strike. Evens things up. 1-1. 1 out. We are in the top of the 3rd. I'm Lance Brown. Bob Berry alongside. And he swings and fouls that one off. Always liked what they did with this park. You know, they've slowly built it up over the last 25 years. They've been doing games since they moved here from Irving School Stadium. Ground ball to second, right at McCusick. 2 away. McCusick had him well played, and that will bring up Frank Gutierrez. And there you go, Bob. Another definitive southpaw.
No doubt about it. Oh.
Ooh. Almost got a definitive one in the back.
Exactly. Yeah.
The buck that time.
This is why a lot of guys don't play baseball. A pitch like that, you know. This was close.
Breaking pitch, hangs up high, 2-0 the count.
That really was a good pitch selection. You pitch
It
him
was.
inside and close, and then figure he's going to be a little bit gun shy, so try and put a breaking pitch over the plate.
Fastball downstairs, ball 3. Did you see that nasty thing that happened to Chapman for the Reds?
Oh, I didn't see it. I read about it. Yeah, that's awful. Yeah. Lucky
Got a
to be
line
alive.
drive in the
Yeah.
face, and going to be out for a considerable amount of time. And plus, there's strike 1. Plus, you don't know what his mental outlook is going to be when he comes back. You know?
Exactly.
Foul that one off.
You've had some pitchers long ago who were hit like that, and
Herb
they
Score
never
comes to mind immediately.
They were never the same. Yeah, another guy named who pitched for the Phillies, Bubba Church, back in the 50s. He took one right in the chops there, and it really destroyed him. Really a shame.
Yeah, Church I don't remember, but Score was was just fabulous.
Yeah.
There's a little looper to left, and it's caught, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the 3rd, still looking for our first runner to cross the plate. And let's see what we've got coming up for you right now. had that already. The question. All right, there we go. The last player to steal 100 bases in the season. Bob, a guess?
Coleman.
Vince Coleman, correct. Last happened in 1987. He stole 107. No one since then.
There's a young man playing for Cincinnati right now whose last name is Hamilton, and we're not talking about Josh, who very well may.
Good.
He's incredibly fast.
And even more important, he's a good base stealer, too.
Yeah.
This being fast in and of itself is an art to stealing bases. And Henderson had it. I don't know whether he's the fastest guy. Now, obviously, they're all faster. They wouldn't be able to do it. This is the art of doing it. Willie Davis was one of the fastest men in baseball, but not a particularly good base stealer.
Yes. Someone once characterized Willie Davis as turning turning stand-up doubles into slide-in triples. That's how fast he was. The way he hit the ball, usually a guy would go into second base with a double. He'd make it to third base because he was so incredibly fast.
At one time, the Cardinals had an outfield of Lou Brock in left, Willie Davis in center, and Bake McBride in right.
Oh, man.
I mean, you talk about three of the greatest flyers in baseball history.
Really? Yeah.
They could cover some ground. All right, bottom of the third inning. Candelaria is the hitter, his first trip. And strike one. Pitch drops in there. Strike two. With the exception of Braden Williams, who worked Mr. Lyons for a walk in the first. I mean, when he steps out here, Lyons has been doing a good job of throwing strikes here. That's one of the things Coach Kinnan is talking about his team. He says, we got a good starting staff. We got kids who do throw strikes. Because our biggest problem is we don't hit in the clutch. He was complaining that they leave so many men on base.
As they did in the first inning.
Yep. As they did in the second inning. And there's strike three to Candelaria. Fourth strikeout of the ball game. And that'll bring up Jason Landis, who's now your starting pitcher. First baseman comes in, Singleton. Ball one. That is fouled off. One to count. Ball, a strike, one out. We are in the bottom of the third inning, as you can see there. Still a zip score. Here's the 1-1.
Nice pitch.
Boy, that really was. Took a little off that curveball, dropped in nicely, and Landis was just kind of stuck right there. The pitch up hangs up high. 2-2 the count.
One thing about Lyons, he doesn't waste much time. He gets that ball back from the catcher, and he's ready to go.
Just missed, and Landis was able to hold up. Count now full, 3-2. Popped up. It'll go out of play. And he walked him. So that's a good job of hitting by Landis. Getting behind in the count. So both the number 9 hitters have walked in this ball game. Now Landis is looking over to saying if they want to get a courtesy runner for him since he's the pitcher. So Mendoza looks at his card, and he's going to decide who he's got here to put out there. Number 3, Bob. Who's number 3?
Number 3 is Garrett Jeffrey.
Garrett Jeffrey. The courtesy runner down at first. Pitch up high, ball 1. Makuzik. Get a long drive into left field for an out in the bottom of the first. Takes another pitch outside, ball 2. So Lions having a little bit of problems with the control right now after doing so well earlier.
That's why Dustin Green came out there to settle them down.
Jeffrey, the runner on first, with a short lead. Popped up. Short left field. 2 away. Gutierrez bringing it down. Brendan Williams will come to the plate. Williams struck out his first time. Williams looks down at his coach for a sign, but with 2 out, kind of doubt they're bunting here unless he thinks he can beat it out. Third baseman is playing back. So.
Might have a hit and run, though.
True. Downstairs, ball 1. Getting room through the right side, throw over to first base. He's looking at bunting. It's a called strike. 1-1 to count. Ripped right at the first baseman, and a side is retired. Well, you know, you hit the ball hard, and sometimes you just get unlucky. So there are no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We head to the top of the 4th inning. And there you see it. It has been a pitcher's duel thus far. So let's take a look now at our trivia. Oh, we got a fan fact coming your way. Okay, Tommy John. You realize he pitched 14 years after undergoing that elbow surgery that now bears his name. He will be famous, I guess, forever, Bob, just because he had that, the first one who had that surgery.
How many games did he win after the surgery?
You know, I want to say probably about 150.
Very close. You missed it by 3. 147.
Yeah.
Isn't that incredible?
Wow. Well, he pitched until he was like 45 years old. Yeah, that's true. He did. But he never relied on, you know, speed, kind of like who's the guy who just retired?
Moyer?
Yeah, Jamie Moyer.
Uh-huh.
Couldn't break glass with a hard ball, but, you know, he threw strikes and he knew how to spot the ball and change speeds and move it around. And, you know, if you can do that, you can win. The man who performed that surgery, Dr. Frank Jobe, recently passed away.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of medical history there.
Incredible when you think about someone devising that to begin with.
Jake Lyons, the hitter. And Lyons takes a pitch downstairs for a ball. Well, Bob, here you have a right-handed pitcher, but a left-handed hitter. So you know he's not a switcher. Quite a few people have done that over the years, though. Throw one way, hit another way. Fouls that off.
Oh, well, you have a ton of players in the major leagues who throw right-handed but bat left-handed.
Very few, however, who throw left-handed to throw
and hit right-handed. Yeah, exactly.
Just a handful.
Nice pitch.
It was. Lyons said, nah, I won't hit it anyway, so. 2-2 the count. Nobody out here. Yeah, he had a less than spectacular swing at that one, and was one away. Landis has done a good job, Bob, since coming in. He's retired 5 in a row. Oh, conked that.
Wow.
Conked Mr. Mikado on a noggin. Thank goodness for helmets. So much for that. We've got Gerald Johnson, the umpire. So Evan Baruder will step to the plate. He struck out his first time up. Baruder has a cut and misses that one. 0-1 to count.
You see this last batter being hit by the pitch on the head. You think of all the years in Major League Baseball when the batters didn't have batting helmets at all.
Yeah.
They just took it on the noggin.
Oh, looked like they had him leaning for a second, but Mikado was able to get back. Which was called a strike. 0-2 the count. Ooh. This didn't get that tag over there.
It was a good count. Good call by the base umpire.
Oh, it was, yeah. High fly to left. It's 2 away. Have you seen the movie 42, Bob?
Yes.
It was interesting to watch baseball, and it looked pretty realistic. And you saw Robinson play many times. I never did. But you know, he looked like he had his batting style. The actor, and I don't remember his name, but he looked like he had his batting style down pretty good.
Had the little hitch in the swing. When Robinson first came up, everyone thought this guy's never going to make it because the hitch he had in the swing. The pitch had come into him, and he'd kind of lower his hands, and obviously the batter as well, and then come up on a level plane and swing at the ball.
Caleb Jackson doubled his last time up. Takes a strike.
A lot of times you see these baseball movies are not very realistic. They went to great lengths to make this game or the film realistic. When you look at the signs at Ebbets Field, those were exactly the way the signs were.
Well, it was next pitch. Runners going. They should have them out by a mile, and they do. Mercado just didn't get a very good jump. We watch it one more time here, and the pitch is easy to handle, and he's out from here to Arlington. So that ends it. No runs, no hits, no errors. And we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Still no score. One of the great things they did in that movie too, Bob, is the way they recreated, you know, obviously through special effects now, all the stadiums though. I mean, Sportsman's Park,
right.
Forbes Field, Shibe Park in Philadelphia, the Polo Grounds, Crosley Field in Cincinnati. And obviously you nailed it too with all the signs and including the Abe Stark sign, the famous
Right.
Abe Stark sign. And,
It's signed when suits. Yeah. Yeah.
And that really impressed me, the way they could do that now. Before they just kind of half-heartedly made attempts and stuff. But now with today's technology, they can recreate those old fields digitally. And it was fun to see. I grew up in Sportsman's Park, going to Sportsman's Park in St. Louis, and watching that come alive for a few seconds on screen.
Exactly. Yeah. They had a shot of Ebbets Field there as you see the rotunda as you're going to the ballpark. And I thought, oh, man, that just brought back 1,000 memories. It really did. Oh.
Yeah. Bob, as a young man growing up in Brooklyn, and his beloved Bones.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Better known as the Heartbreakers.
Braden Williams leads things off here in the home half of the fourth. He walked his first time up and takes a big breaking pitch. Just hangs up high for ball one.
He died a couple of years ago, but I wonder what Bobby Bragan would have thought of that movie, considering the fact that they had a man playing his role and exactly what he did with the Dodgers.
Popped up, foul territory. What will the wind do to this? Fair territory, and it's a base hit. Did he touch it in fair territory? No. Apparently, now here we're going to have the question here is whether the catcher, Dustin Green, touches the ball in fair territory. If he touches it in fair territory, it's a base hit. Now the home plate umpire, Gerald Johnson, is going to ask Mickey Jenkins. Let's watch it here. To me, it doesn't look like he touches it.
He didn't touch it at all.
Okay,
no.
so he never touches the ball.
No.
Therefore, it's a foul ball.
Exactly.
Now, did Mickey Jenkins see him touch the ball? It's a foul ball. It's a good call.
It's an excellent call, right.
It's a good call. He never touched the ball, so it spun foul, and therefore it is a foul ball. So the umpires made the correct call here.
You know what makes this call so good? He was behind the catcher. If he was in front of the catcher, he could see it easily, but he was behind him. Nice job by the home plate umpire.
2-1 now the count to Williams. So give the due to the men in blue. High fly ball, deep right field, way back. It's going, it's gone. Braden Williams hits one over the right field fence at the 338 sign there. And it's a 1-0 ball game. Watch it again, Bob. He gets a pitch up and another pitch down, actually. He just really tattoos this baby. Gets over that high fence by plenty.
Well, that's the second time in as many games that we've seen this young man hit a home run.
Josh Reagan, the hitter, fouls the first one off. Well, that was the first hit of the ball game for Nimitz, and they made it count. And that's ripped to right field. But the right fielder is there and makes the play, and there's one away. Jackson played it well. Scott Balfounce comes to the plate with one out. A little excitement here for y'all. The home fans of Nimitz certainly happy with it. They would love to go 4-0 in district play and get off to a good start here. Breaking pitch. Just misses. Ball one. I was talking with Ryan Kinnan before the ball game. I said, is this a must-win for you? He said, no. High fly ball, deep right field. Back, it's off the wall. Runner going to second. Here's the throw. It's safe. So ball fans doubles to right center. Ball just carrying very well out there, Bob.
See the right fielder going back and then realizing, boy, I'm not going to catch this one. Good thing the center fielder backed them up.
And Robert Johnson comes to the plate with a runner on at second. With one out, you have the first baseman coming way in for the bunt. Johnson bunted the last time. Bunted it very well. Now let's see if they switch off or will they stay with the bunt. Mendoza giving the signs to hitter and runner right now. Singleton way in at first. Here he comes. Practically shake hands with the batter. Now he backs off and takes a called strike. 1-2 the count, or 0-2 the count. So one would assume he's not going to be bunting here. We shall see what Coach Mendoza decides here. Shows bunt. Lyon steps off. More signs. Ball fans with a good lead down at second base. They show bunt. They're going to hit. Punches it right at the second baseman. Will they get anybody over there in time? No. It's a base hit. You had Singleton so far in that he couldn't get back there fast enough. And Singleton doesn't look particularly like a speed merchant anyway.
Well, when this ball was...
But he's out.
Yeah. I see it on the replay.
He never touched. Didn't really look like he had him, Bob. Let's take a look at it again. Man, that's close.
It was close, yeah. And with that ground ball to the second baseman, Belfance moves over to third.
Andrew Torres, the hitter, in the left field, base hit. Run will easily score. Torres on his way to second with a stand-up double. 2-0. Andrew Torres delivers with a double. Had a pitch inside, Bob, and turned on a nice.
Boy, he really did. We've had 4 hits in this ball game, all of them extra base hits.
A little team confab there as Coach Kinnan decides, this isn't good. Bryson Candelaria up. 2 runs are home here in home half of the fourth. Then he takes called strike one. Williams homered to start the inning, and then after a flyout, Balfance doubled, went to third on a ground out, and came home on Torres' double. Popped up. Who's going to get it? It is the second baseman. And the side is retired, so Baruter stays with it, but 2 runs on 2 hits. And it is 2-0 as we head to the 5th inning of action. We'll be back right after this. All right, we are headed to the 5th inning of action. The Vikings have put 2 up on the scoreboard. And the Cardinals come to the plate here in the top of the 5th. They'll come with Jackson Talton and Green, top of the lineup. And there's a pitch and a called strike to Caleb Jackson. Jackson was at the plate the last time when the runner was thrown out stealing. Pitch is up high. Called strike again. Landis has done a very good job since coming in relief.
He's been stout.
Of course, the last time I said that, he clonked
Beamed
some
the
guy on
guy.
a helmet.
Yeah.
But other than that, he's thrown strikes. He's faced the minimum amount of hitters out there. Swing and a miss, and Jackson down swinging. One away. Byron Talton will come to the plate. He walked his last time up. That was against the starting pitcher, though. That pitch is up high.
And that walk is what drove the starting pitcher off the mound and out of the game. Nimitz head coach just figured this young man doesn't have it today. Got to bring somebody else in.
And, you know, Jones has pitched very well. He's one of his best pitchers. But
Yes.
takes, you know, I think a good call by an umpire, or I mean, not umpire, but the manager to say, oh, look, if it's not working, let's not go with him. Swing and a miss there. 2-1 to count. Some wouldn't do that. They'll just stick, hey, he's my pitcher, I'm going to stick with him. And
Maybe the fact that Landis is a left-handed pitcher and MacArthur's loaded with left-handed batters,
yeah, it had a big
might have had
decision,
something to do with it. Yeah.
3-1 to count right now. Talton.
Oh, boy. Well, this young man has walked twice.
Some guys are just good at working walks. Dustin Green comes up. He has walked and grounded out. 0 for 1 tonight. Runner on first. It's Talton. Swing and a miss. Green was way out in front of that letup. They play him pretty much straight away. Williams, the shortstop, shading over towards the bag at second. So a lot of hitting room between short and third. Breaking pitch, swing and a miss. Didn't look like Green was particularly happy with himself on that swing, Bob.
No, he did that in his last at bat at well. When after a pitcher was out of the strike zone.
Swing and a miss at a pinata pitch. There's 2 away.
Now batting number 15, Tommy Singleton.
That'll bring up Tommy Singleton. Singleton has sacrificed and popped up. Talton the runner down at first and gets a hello there throw down to first. I know you're there, so don't try anything with me. Runner is going. Popped up, foul territory. Any room?
No.
No. Way back. You got some good music drops here, Bob. The Price is Right. Sounder there. Alton was running the last time. We'll see if he's doing it again. He's not. Pitch is downstairs. 1-1 to count. 2 men are out. We're in the top of the fifth. We are at Nimitz High School, and the Vikings leading by a score of 2-0. Scoring both those runs in the bottom half of the fourth.
Good pitch.
That was at the knees. 1-2 the count. Anyone gets on, Malik Colvin will come to the plate. They set up outside. The runner goes in the left field. It's a base hit. It's going to drop. They're going to send a runner. They could have him easy. The throw is there, and he is out. Singleton with a base hit, but Talton is out trying to stretch it to third base. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. It's a good throw too, Bob.
It is. And I don't know whether the third base coach had signaled his runner to try and make it to third.
He did. I was watching him now.
Okay, well, always easy to second guess, but realize that the next batter up would be their best hitter, Colvin.
Yep.
I think I just figure, hey, I want Colvin up with runners at first and second. But, you know, you got to make these instantaneous decisions.
And he knows his runner better than I do. But it just seemed like the throw was too short to make, and you got 2 out, and like you said, you got your best hitter up. From a statistical, strategy standpoint, it didn't seem like the move to make. But that's why we're here to do, Bob, second guess.
Exactly.
Let's throw another fan factor trivia. I don't know what we got coming your way, but you'll see what we got coming your way as you see the Nimitz. Oh, who's your current active leader in Major League Baseball in triples?
Whoa.
We'll give that answer the next half inning.
I think this is a Major League record that will never be broken.
I agree.
Most triples in a career. Yeah. Young man by the name of Crawford.
Jason Landis will lead things off here in the home half of the fifth. Landis takes ball 1. Landis stands to be the winning pitcher right now. He has done a very good job in relief. There, takes strike 1. He walked his first time up. Popped that one foul and out of play.
You know, we were talking about the third base coach sending the runner from second to third. If you go back on that play, the left fielder who made the throw, he's not that far away from third base, and yet he did not make the throw on the line. The ball took 1 hop to the third baseman. So it might have been that the third base coach realized that this left fielder does not have a strong throwing arm. You never know.
Yep. And that was a 1-hopper to the shortstop, who Mercado easily throws him out. And there's 1 away, and here's Matt Makuzek. 0 for 2 tonight. First time line to left, second time fly to left. See what happens here. Takes one upstairs for ball 1. Just a gorgeous night for baseball, or anything else for that matter. But I'm glad to be right here. Ground ball through the hole, base hit. Mercado was playing over towards the second base bag, and as a result, there was a lot of hitting room there, and gets it through there. So Makuzek is on. The fourth hit of the ball game for Nimitz.
And the first single for Nimitz.
Right. Yeah, they can get a triple here. They can go for the cycle. They show bunt. Pull it back. Brendan Williams does. For strike 1. Looks down at his coach. Shows bunt, does bunt, good bunt. Singleton over, makes a play. No one's covering third base, so McCuzek easily goes from first to third on a sacrifice. Third baseman that time, Talton charged so hard that as a result, the runner McCuzek goes from first to third base because no one's there. Now Braden Williams can give his team a little comfort there with a base knock. It's 1-0 the count, though, with that ball. Braden hit a homer run his last time up. Takes a breaking pitch. Good one. Drops in for a strike. 1-1 the count. We see McCuzek down there at third base, doing a smart thing, lining up in foul territory with his lead. Ground ball to third through the bucket. It'll be an E5 as Williams reaches base. No RBI, but Nimitz still gets the run home here, and they lead by a score of 3-0. Right through the wicket of Talton at third base. And you got a 3-0 ball game. Bob?
Here you see the ball is sharply hit. The third baseman in position to make the play, but doesn't. And now we're back live, and a wild pitch allows the base runner to move to second.
Two men are out now, runner at second. Up the middle, that's a base hit. It should get another run home, especially after the center fielder bobbles the ball. Four to nothing is your score, and that is going to be it for Mr. Lyons. Don't know whether they would have had a play at home plate, but
don't think
once he overran it, that kind of settled that anyway. Ring of fire. Little Johnny Cash for you here, ladies and gentlemen. Well, they're leaving him out there, Bob.
Yeah. As is so often the case in baseball, a pitcher can be dominating for a few innings, and then for reasons unknown, he just loses it. And that's what we've seen in Lions right now. First 3 innings doesn't give up a hit. Fourth inning gives up 3 extra base hits. This inning has given up a pair of singles.
Of course, the last run is unearned.
Sure.
Matter of fact, both runs are unearned. Called strike on the outside corner. So it won't count against the ERA, these last 2 runs, but nevertheless, it's still 4-0. Reagan goes. There's the throw. In there. Mickey Jenkins calling him safe. Reagan gets the stolen base. It looks like it was a good call. Scott Ballfance up with a 1-2 count. 2 men are out. Breaking pitch. Oh, was that mean? Ballfance is out with a wicked Uncle Charlie. Let's watch this curveball again as it comes back and catches the inside corner, and Ballfance goes, you
got me.
4-0 as we head to the sixth inning of action here at Nimitz. And as you see, Coach Kennan not particularly happy with his boys, and that man should be fairly happy, but you can never really be totally happy until the
Game's
final
over.
out is made. There you see some kids having a good time down there. Let us take a look at, do we have, why don't we talk about our sponsor, Bob? This might be a good time to do that. What do you think?
I think so. And I think the folks at Gerald Stapley would agree. Gerald Stapley Dry Cleaning, a charter sponsor of the Irving Game of the Week. That designation simply means that the Stapley people have been with us since the inception of these broadcasts, and that goes back to September of 1983.
Ooh, that's a long time.
It most certainly is. And we thank the Stapley people for their loyalty and their participation.
Absolutely. All right, top of the sixth. Malik Coven steps up and he takes a high fastball for ball one. 4-zip your score. There's ball two. First two pitches by Landis. Been up high. Landis, again, has done a terrific job. Throwing 3 1/3 shutout innings so far. They bunt. He fouls it back. The job now is just to get on base. You need runners. He's trying to bunt there. Takes a pitch outside. And the count is 31. Ball four. It's not a good way to start an inning when you got a 4-run lead. Managers don't really care for that. I wonder if Coach Mendoza is going to maybe get someone up and start loosening up here just in case Mr. Landis has run out of gas. Coven with a lead down at first. He's a very good base stealer, but this would not be a situation you'd want him to steal, one would think. Because you need runners. Frank Gutierrez, 0 for 2 here tonight. Struck out and flied out. Cohen gets the throw. But you hope if you're the coach there, you're hoping that Landis is only worried really about the hitter because you got a 4-run lead. Ripped up the middle. Will it drop? Niet. And Coven heads back to first base. Gutierrez hit it on the button, but right at the center fielder. So a nice play by Josh Reagan in center. And there's one away. Jake Lyons up. Ground ball, base hit. Off the glove of the third baseman, made a good high school try, but couldn't come up with it. Doubt they even throw him out anyway. Now we'll have a courtesy runner number 4. That's Brandon Taylor, who's going to run for Lions. Watch it one more time here as close, but no cigar for ball fans. So runners on at first and second, 1 out. And Mercado is up, takes a pitch down on the dirt for ball 1. Ground ball to short, should be 2. And it is.
Very nice play by the shortstop there. Basically, the shortstop, rather than make the throw to the second baseman covering, figures, hey, I can do this myself. And he did.
Yep. Bang, bang at first, but Braden Williams does a nice job, gets the double play, the pitcher's best friend. And we are to the middle of the 6th inning. It's 4-0. And let's see if we got a fan fax or a
Trivia question with
question.
triples. I think
or we can talk about Gerald Stavely. Always nice to talk about our charter sponsor.
it most certainly is.
Any chance we get, we'll do that now and then, twice or 3 times.
I think the question was who leads active player with the most triples?
Right. We got that down there, guys? The answer to that? Oh, we're having a little trouble. The answer is Carl Crawford, which is not to be confused with the all-time triples leader.
Right.
But Carl Crawford is the active leader. I think he has like 97 or 100. I got it written in my notes somewhere here.
There was a player for Detroit who was the all-time leader, whose last name I do believe was Crawford.
It was.
Yeah. Who had 36 triples in 1 year. Now that's a record I don't think is ever going to be broken. Of course, I never thought that Ty Cobb's 96 stolen bases would be broken either, and it was. So, what do I know? One thing I do know is that there are 2 very well-known names in sports that made the news today, Scioscia and Gretzky. Did you see that story?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Scioscia, the manager for Los Angeles, his son was traded for a player named Gretzky. And Wayne Gretzky's son was traded for Mike Scioscia's son.
Oh.
Not unusual. Both minor league players.
Evan Baruter. Second baseman there. Swing and a miss to Robert Johnson, who is bunted out and grounded out. Go to the count.
Ooh.
And he gets one in the back.
Boy, does he ever. Second hit batter in the game.
As he gets one off the shoulder there. That's called taking one for the team, Bob.
Yeah.
Andrew Torres up. Ripped a double for an RBI his last time up. Johnson with a short lead. And they strike one. Torres is also flied out tonight. Good camera shot there. They throw over. And Johnson is usually back. Pitch down on the dirt. Also read today that the New York Mets, not the New York Mets, the New York Jets, signed quarterback Michael Vick, and they cut quarterback Mark Sanchez. Runner goes. The throw is not there. And the second baseman is getting up slow. He's not getting up. He might have pulled something trying to catch that one down, Bob. And so Evan Baruter made a nice play to flag it down and to try to get back. And got a little hitch in his get along, but looks like he'll be okay.
That was a magnificent attempt by Baruter.
Notice
Notice
reached back to hold his hammy there, Bob.
Hamstring anybody? Boy, that is almost the universal sign of a hamstring problem.
Yeah.
When you see the first thing the athlete does is reach to the back of his leg.
Yeah.
It's just intuitive to do that when you pull a hamstring.
Yeah, the coach, Ryan Kennan, said, okay, let me see you run first. And so Baruter went out and ran a little bit towards first base and He'll be leading things off in the 7th, so we'll see if he comes to hit. First pitch down in the dirt to Torres. And Johnson takes third on the wild pitch.
Well, Johnson has been an adventure. Got on base by hitting by a pitch, steals second, goes to third on the wild pitch.
So now the infield has to come in. And that opens things up for Torres as he fouls that one off. Why does it open things up, you ask? Well, that's because you cut down on the angles at which the infielders have. The ball gets by him faster. Supposed to add 100 points to your batting average. Breaking pitch, fouled off. And the count is even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. We are in the home half of the 6th, and the Vikings with a 4-0 lead. Looking to go 4-0 in district, and we understand LD Bell, the team they're tied with, is losing to Trinity, so they would be all alone in first place in district. And that's always nice.
Oh, it most certainly is.
Had a good rip at that, just fouled it back. Lyons has thrown a lot of pitches here. I don't know what he's up to. Not 89 pitches. Okay, that's what we're told. Popped up. Foul territory.
Oh.
That'll be an E5. Has not been a great day for Mr. Talton at third base. We will see if that cost the Cardinals. Torres gets a second life. And the count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Breaking pitch, lined in the left field, base hit.
That's a good example of what happens when the players come in.
Exactly.
That's a routine ground ball to the shortstop, had he been playing in a normal position.
Or it might have been a line out. Watch it again here, Bob. It's a hanging fastball. That could have very well been a line drive that the shortstop catches. But moot point. Johnson comes in to score. It's a 5-0 ball game. Torres is on with a base hit and the second RBI of the ball game. They're going to bunt. Catcher wanted to throw, but there was no one to throw to. Singleton, the first baseman, was in playing the sacrifice. They do bunt, and it's foul. So the count is even at 1-1. Five runs home for the Vikings. Candelaria, the hitter, hits one to second base, past Baruder, who was trying to cover second, but they're going to hold the runner on at second, Torres, as Candelaria gets the base hit. It wasn't a rip job, but it's just had eyes that particular time. And Landis will be the hitter. And that, ladies and gentlemen, should be it.
And going to be.
Well, again, Mr. Lyons is throwing a lot of pitches. He's up around 90, and that'll be it for the night.
Have a nice crowd here watching the game. I'm looking at one lady down here. The back of her T-shirt reads, "Don't flatter yourself, cowboy. I was looking at your horse."
Whoa. And some of the scouts here tonight. Other teams from the district scouting him. Well, I was wrong again. They're leaving him out there. His daddy coaching at Mac. Late 70s, early 80s.
You don't see that too often on the high school level here, do you, where his son follows his father coaching at the same team.
There's a bunt. It's a good one. No one's there. It's going to go through the hole. Third baseman was playing to the bag, and so it's a base hit. And the bases are loaded. Still nobody out. Now the courtesy runner comes in, Jeffrey.
This is very reminiscent of the last game we did when we featured Nimitz playing Irving. Close ball game until the seventh inning.
So Matt McCusick stepping up here.
In the seventh inning of that game, Nimitz scored 5 times. And looks like they might have the possibility of doing that again right now.
Yep.
Bases loaded, nobody out. And this is a very dangerous hitter, this young man, McCusick. For some reason, he performs well when we televise these games.
1 for 3 tonight, has a base hit and a run scored. Ripped into left field. It should have leaped now. Will it get the run home? Here's the throw to the plate. And had the ball not been touched, it might have been, I don't know. But it's a sacrifice fly. And all the runners move up. McCusick gets it on, and Gutierrez flags it down. If he catches it, he's out, but so now there's one away. Runners on. There's a bunt that should get another run home. It does. And 2 runs are going to score on the sacrifice. So it's a squeeze play they put on. This heads up running by Jeffrey. 4 runs are home here.
When's the last time you saw a sacrifice drive in 2 runners?
Does he get credit with 2 RBIs?
2 guys scored.
And now Brandon Williams up. He fouls it back. 4 runs crossing the plate, so he reached on an error, hit a homer and a walk. Also hit a home run last time, Bob.
Right, this is a game we did when they played Irving, and he really kissed that one.
This time he doesn't kiss it. It's popped up and dropped by the right fielder. Well, it's
just one of those things.
yeah, it's kind of turned into one of those games now for Mac. It was good for long, but these last 2 innings have been a horror story for the Cardinals. And the Vikings are just playing alert, heads-up baseball and doing what it takes. There's a pitch on the outside corner, strike 1 to Josh Reagan, who is single, flied out, and called out on strikes. 1 for 3 tonight, has an RBI. Swing and a miss, runner goes. Thrown into center field. The runner will go up and try for third. Here's the throw. And he's safe.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, that center fielder on that throw to third base, he really made a beautiful toss.
He did.
Well, let's see.
They called him out at third. I think they're going to call interference. Okay, it's a batter's interference, so no stolen base.
I'm seeing a little bit of everything here.
Yeah. But nevertheless, 4 runs in. It's an 8-0 ball game now as we head to what should be the last time at bat for MacArthur in this ball game. And do we have a fan fax or anything we can throw up at you right now? Or do we take a break? Okay, let's take a break, and we'll be back right after this. I want to show you the last time MacArthur won here at Nimitz as we go to our flashback. Robert goes to his cheat page here, 2011. They lift a high fly ball. Tanner Sheets drives in a run in the first inning. 3-run first inning.
And then Andrew McClellan, young man right here, really Tommy Hawks one. Big night in the 7th inning. He launches a 3-run shot to left field. Had 4 RBIs in the game. And he earned the save in the Cardinals' 7-1 victory. That was then. This is now.
It's before high definition, as you can see. Next pitch up high, ball 1. The difference in TV sizes between then and now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The technology advancement has been incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Just amazing.
Swing and a miss. Landis is going to be the winning pitcher. Baruder. Pops this one up in foul territory, and it's out of play. When I started off in the television business, back in the 70s, we were using film.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
16 millimeter film in television news back then, which was a royal pain in the rear, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I had to do all the editing, splicing, and what have you, and much less the developing.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
When you had to make a film run
Mm-hmm.
for the 6 o'clock news, you had to have all the film in by 4 o'clock, or it wasn't going to make the film run to get developed. And then it was a mad dash to the editing room and hoped all the splices stayed together, and then 2-2 the count, and that's it. Strike 3. Baruder called out on strikes.
I can remember when videotape came in, talking to Vern Lundquist.
Right.
And Vern was saying, Bob, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
It was godsend to sports people.
Oh, yeah.
Because you could get nighttime sports. Swing and a miss. Otherwise, you'd only be able to shoot to about 8:30, and you had to run back and get it developed.
Exactly.
Caleb Jackson up. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Had a double and a struck out. There's a good pitch for a strike. I'll tell you what, credit to Mr. Landis tonight. He has done a whale of a job pitching tonight. So far has not allowed a run. Pitch up high. Since taking over early in the contest here. And he has just done a great job when he took over for Ryan Jones. 1-2 the count.
Ooh.
Breaking pitch on the corner, and that was mean, baby. That was some kind of mean. And Jackson just kind of looks out and goes, ah. That was a wicked number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Nasty, nasty, nasty. He could face it another 10 times, Bob, and still wouldn't hit it.
No, not at all.
High fly ball to center, way back. Caught, and ladies and gentlemen, that's your ball game. for right now, the Nimitz Vikings are in first place in district as they win this ball game by a score of 8-0. Robert, your final thoughts?
Well, obviously Nimitz the better team on the field today. They took advantage of some breaks, had very good base running, timely hitting, and as you mentioned, the excellent pitching by Landis.
And it was scoreless until the fourth inning.
Exactly.
But this is the play that changed it all as Brandon Williams stepped up as a leadoff hitter in the fourth inning of action. And he is against Lyons and just really golfs it right out of here. Hammers that out. Well, L.D. Bell came back and won the ball game against Trinity, so the Vikings will be tied, but still.
No, Trinity won at 6-1.
Trinity won. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, Trinity won at 6-1.
So the Vikings are all alone in first place right now. Congratulations to them. They win it by a score of 8-0. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. For my broadcast partner, Bob Barry, and our entire crew led by our producer and director, Scott Snyder, my name's Lance Brand. We thank you so much for watching, and good night from Nimitz Field.
Irving Game of the Week has been brought to you in part by Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning,